Okay, Hussein. So in the last session, we have completed our oldest routing protocol, that is RIP, and RIPS comes under the distance vector routing protocol, right?
Yes, sir.
RIP comes under distance vector routing protocol, which is having different characteristic to find the on the best path to reach the destination based on the hop count. Means how many router they need to cross to reach the destination. Let's suppose this is our destination PC. Okay, and in the same way we have one more router, and we have one more router. Okay, and we it is also connected with this switch and the switch to the PC. Okay, so it will, let's suppose this is an 200 mbps of speed. Okay, 200 mbps and 200 mbps. Okay, and
Okay,
here
sir.
there is just 100 mbps of speed. Okay, by the second link there is just 100 mbps of link. So which is the best path to reach the destination?
100
Obviously the
Mbps is the best part.
200 mbps.
Yeah,
No,
speed. Yeah.
if you talk
Okay,
about
sir.
the speed wise, so it is a 200 mbps is the faster than 100 mbps, correct?
Yes, sir.
But RIP will not consider this as a best path because RIP is counting RIP matrix or RIP characteristic is to find the best path is to count the hops. Hops means how many devices they need to cross to reach the destination.
Okay.
RIP will not consider this speed and bandwidth that which is the higher one. Okay,
Okay, sir.
got it. So that's the
Yes.
reason we are calling this as a distance vector routing protocol. Okay, that is a part of IGP only. And now today we are going to learn about the link state that will come about the OSPF. OSPF means open shortest path first. So here in the OSPF, here if you talk about the OSPF will consider this as a best path. Okay, OSPF will not consider this as a best path because OSPF is always considered best path to the highest speed. So 200 mbps is the best one. Okay, let's suppose this side is a 100 mbps and this side is a 500 mbps. Let's suppose, okay, 500 mbps. So which is the best one? 224 and 26, right? But according to us, let's suppose this is also having 1000 mbps. Let's suppose, okay, 1000 mbps into the second link. This one is a
Okay.
1000 mbps. So according to this, which one is the best one? Obviously,
Yeah,
1000 is
down
the
one is
best
the
one,
best. Yes.
but not. But OSPF will not consider this as the best path because OSPF will check this 100 mbps, which is directly connected. So this is a drawback that we will cover in upcoming days. Okay, OSPF will consider this as the highest one only because directly connected is the 200 mbps and the directly connected second one is a 100 mbps. Okay, so directly
Okay.
connected only it will consider the best path. Got it?
Yes,
So
got it.
if you talk about the routing protocol, okay, and every routing protocol is purpose of routing protocol including the following functions. So what are the purpose of using the routing protocol? So mainly if you talk about the corporate network, we are using RIP, RIP version 2. Very rare case. Nowadays you cannot find. You can get OSPF or EIGRP, or you can get the static routes. Okay, only this kind of two routing protocols, dynamic routing protocols that we can get to config to, that we can get the chance to work with the OSPF or EIGRP in corporate network. When we talk about the ISP side, internet service provider side, that time we can use as a BGP, okay, or ISIS. Okay, that protocol we are using, but nowadays also BGP is also going to be down because MPLS and the SDN is going to cover this, so we cannot talk about this. Okay, so finding a best path is that discover the neighbor, finding the best path. Discover the neighbors, type finding the best path means this is a router and this is another router and this is another router. Okay, So all are connected directly, right? Indirectly connected also. These are both are indirectly connected. But the, about this router or about this router, this or this router will be the responsible to share about them. Okay, got it. So finding the neighbor and discovering the neighbor and the finding the best path to reach the destination. Okay, that is the main purpose of any routing protocol. And what second, maintaining up to date routing information. Like to reach here, we have a multiple path, first path and second path. So this router will keep both the path details into their routing table. In case of best path is getting down, the second best path will be available. So the data will travel
Okay.
via second path. Okay. So might be there is a multiple path also. Let's suppose there is one more router is connected. So it will keep all three path into their routing table. Or we can say every protocol is maintaining different of routing tables. So we'll discuss one by one. After that, choosing the best path in available path. So there is a three path, right? Path one, second, and third one to reach here, right?
Yes, sir.
So this router will keep best path. This router will keep in a routing table the best path. Okay. Let's suppose whatever that routing protocol we are using, and higher one based on their metrics and the type of protocols based on their metric, it will count the best path and it will keep into their routing tables. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Whenever the best path is going down, finding the new path and forwarding the data through the second path. So whenever the best path is getting down, it will find us. It will choose second best path as the best path. Okay,
Okay.
and the data
Okay.
will travel on by the using the second best path. Got it? So that is
Yes, sir.
the common in every routing protocol. So AS number, autonomous system number. The range of autonomous system number is 1 to 65,535. Autonomous system number is identification of any network or any we can say any service provider also we can say, like Airtel, Geo, okay, and multiple BSNL and other ISP internet service providers are there in the market. Every service provider is having their own AS number. Let's suppose this is in a Hyderabad city, and Airtel is working under the Hyderabad city. So entire Hyderabad city, whoever the customer, let's suppose in Airtel is having more than 1 lakh customer in the Hyderabad, which are using the Airtel connection. Okay, for all the customer, their AS number will be same 200. Okay. Let's suppose in the same way we have another city that is Bangalore, and in the Bangalore also let's consider this is a Airtel only. Okay, so in Bangalore the AS number will be the same 200 only. It will not become like it never change for the entire country. The AS number will be the same. So AS number is a identification of any service provider, or AS number is identification of any. If you talk about the OSPF, especially the AS number is identification of any area. Okay, so what is area, how many types of area? Basically OSPF is the area based routing protocol. And what are the area, how many areas are there? Different areas, that we'll talk about that, okay, in upcoming session. So now just simply you need to understand there is AS number is like nothing but that is called autonomous system number, which is nothing but it is identification of any router into the particular area. Let's suppose there is if you talk about the OSPF only now, and the OSPF I have configured into this site. Okay, in this area, this circle is we're counting as an area. Okay, this circle. Okay, this is a logical boundary of any routers in the OSPF. So this is a circle. Under this circle, let's suppose there is a 10 routers are there. So for each routers, we need to create, or we need to assign one dedicated identification. Okay, so that a router will known as a the part of which area the routers belongs from. Okay,
Okay.
like Aadhaar card. Based on the Aadhaar card, you can every details will be there, right? And your Aadhaar
Yes.
card will be unique for every human being having their own identification, which is unique, which never be duplicate with any others, right?
Yes, sir.
So the same way we have a, OSPF. So in OSPF also every router is we are providing one identification that is count as AS number. Okay. So
Okay.
ASC number is nothing but it's identity of any router under the in OSPF especially. Okay.
Okay.
So this is an IGP, Interior Gateway Routing Protocol. This is an EGP, Exterior Gateway Routing Protocol. So you know very well that IGP is used to establish the communication within the area or within AS number. Like a
Okay.
RIP, OSPF, EIGRP will come under the IGP, and this
Yes.
IGP, these all three protocols we using in the same area. Okay. And
Okay, sir.
EGP is like BGP is counter. BGP comes under the EGP. Okay, Exterior Gateway Protocol. So which is responsible to establish the communication between two different AS number, like Airtel to BSNL. So if you let's suppose this router is connected, right? In this picture, if you check, this router is connected, right?
Yes, sir.
This router is connected with the this router, correct?
Yeah.
Means Airtel to BSNL via this link. So if you configure RIP, GRP or OSPF into this interface and this interface from this side, by using this IGP protocol, you cannot establish the communication with the different AS number like AS number 200 and AS number 300. You cannot. For that, to establish the communication within two different AS number, you need to configure here in this interface and this interface of the router. You need to configure EGP, where you can configure BGP protocol, border gateway routing protocol, or you can configure ISIS, that is a intermediate system to intermediate system. But generally we are not generally ISP never use the ISIS, so you can consider BGP only. And BGP is also having two types that we will discuss in a BGP talk concept. So interior and exterior BGP. So, by using BGP, we can establish the communication between two different AS number. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you talk about the OSPF characteristic, OSPF is link state protocol. Link state protocol means I already,
Yeah.
given you the example. The higher bandwidth it will consider as a primary path, and the lower it will consider as a secondary path. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Like it's 100 Mbps, 50 Mbps and 20 Mbps. So according to this, let's suppose there's one more router, there is one more router. But in OSPF, if you have configured in all to this, the OSPF, this router will consider the best path to this one to reach the
Yes.
destination. Okay. Because highest bandwidth is there. Okay. And
Yes,
it is
sir.
an open standard. Open standard means we can configure into any manufacturer like Juniper, HP, and Cisco. Anywhere we can use it. Okay. Use
Okay.
this OSPF is used Disgastra, or we can also say shortest path first algorithm. Okay, to find the best path we can say, or this is the their algorithm which is using by the OSPF, that is the shortest path first. Also we can call Disgastra, who invented these routing protocols. Okay,
Okay, sir.
the guy name is Disgastra. Also we can call shortest path first. Okay. And
Okay, sir.
a classless routing protocol support means subnetted also support and non-subnetted also support. Okay, metric is cost means highest bandwidth that in BPS like bit per second. Okay,
Okay.
according to the Cisco, bit per second, like highest one will be the best path. And update are sent through multicast IP address 224.0.0.5. So in RIP, if you talk, there is one router and one more router with the RIP, one more router with the RIP. So in every 30 seconds, they send their routing information table in every 30 seconds, right?
Yes. Yes, sir. Correct.
Hello timer is a 30 second. Be online just a minute. 30 second, and hold down timer was 180 second,
180 seconds. To
and this one
correct.
plus
Yes, plus.
plus was 240 second, right?
Yes, sir.
So 30 second, 180 second, and 240 second. So like the same way, we they are sending in every 30 second, right? But in OSPF it will not send in every
30 seconds.
just a minute, in every 30 second it will send. It will take less time as compared to the RIP. So
Okay.
OSPF protocol support equal load balancing, support default 4 path, maximum of 16 path. Okay. Administrative distance is a 110, and how about the RIP 120, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, and support default 4 path, maximum of 16 path. So SPF protocol support equal load balancing, support default 4 path, maximum of 16 path. So let's suppose this is an uh, this router is connected with the OSPF, configured with the OSPF. This router is also configured with the OSPF. This router is also configured with the OSPF. Router and router, okay. So there is a multiple path to reach the destination. So by default, it will, let's suppose 4 path is there by default to reach the destination. Okay. So into
Okay.
this, by default 4 path, it will distribute their load, and it will reach to the destination. Maximum we can increase the 16 path. Okay.
Okay. Up to 16 path we
Yeah, up
can
to
manage.
16 path we can configure, but
Okay.
by default it will choose a 4 one. Okay. An OSPF characteristic never is discovered and established by hello packet. Okay. Never is discovered and never discovered and established by the hello packet. Under this packet, there is an area ID, router ID, authentication, timer, network ID, and the subnet along with a neighbor router ID. So these many details are available under the one packet.
OSPF.
Okay.
Okay.
OSP packet, hello timer. Under this, not hello timer, in the hello packet, these many details are available. So what is area ID? What is router ID? What is authentication? Timer we know, network ID, subnet, and the neighbor router ID. That way, everything we will cover by tomorrow when we'll do the configuration. So at the time, I'll show you. Okay,
Okay.
what is the area ID that we knows, right? So in hello packet is sent in every 10 second, dead interval 40 seconds. So in it is very fast as compared to the RIP, right?
Yes. Yes.
Because if it is sending a packet into every 10 second as compared to the 30 second, but it
Yeah.
will wait for the maximum 40 second for the reply. If reply is not coming in the 40 second, it will flush the routing information from their routing table for the neighbors. Okay.
Yes.
Update types triggered and partial. uh Whenever that is fine, the 10 second it is sending, but update like triggered. Whenever, let's suppose this is down, it will send instant. It will not wait for the 10 second. If any link is down, okay,
Okay.
during the it 10 second is done, 10 second is done, and this router has done the their the router has already sent their routing information, routing protocol, hello timer, hello
Packet.
packets, okay, into 10 second. But suddenly in the next 11 second, this interface is down, so this router will not wait for another 10 second. It router will send a triggered update whenever any changes happen. Okay. Or any new IP assign or any packet loss or anything, any reason, by anything related to routing table, it will send to the immediate. It will send. It will not wait for the 10 more second. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the reason triggered when anything is happened. Partial when all is fine in every 10 second. Okay. Unlimited hope count. The router will in whenever, let's suppose you are having a 1 lakh branch in your company. Okay. So you can use this OSPF. You can connect unlimited routers. Okay. By using the OSPF, and how that we will cover it tomorrow. Okay. So unlimited
Okay.
hope count. And the OSPF sends update LSS link state advertisement when there is a change to one of its link. So LSA types, LSA advertisement. What are the use of LSA advertisement? There are 7 type of LSA advertisement that we will cover tomorrow. Okay. Then after that, OSPF protocol number using by 89. Okay. And the router
Okay.
identification process. Some, as I informed you, be online. Huh?
Yes.
Just
Yes, sir.
hello. Okay. So the router ID is used. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So router identification process, like how to the router ID. The router ID is used to identify the router in OSPF. First preference is giving to router ID command. We can by using command we can assign in router ID. Okay, first thing.
Okay.
Second option, second preference is giving to the highest loopback interface configuration on the routers. So what is loopback? As of now, you don't know, but I'm just telling you the loopback. Like there is a physical interface, right? So when we creating logical interface, that is called loopback. Okay, for the testing purpose
Okay.
only we are using. So I will
Look back.
show you how to create a loopback interface by tomorrow. So the second one is the the when you are having a loopback, so it will consider loopback interface as a router ID. Okay.
Okay.
Third
Okay.
preference is given to highest physical IP address. So according to this third condition. So 172 and 11 and 12 and 172 6. So which is the highest one? If you take about the 192, 168, 202. So in this router, there is one interface, second, third, this fourth interface, and this fifth interface. So the fifth interface is the highest, right?
Yes,
If you
192.
check, so it will automatically consider this IP as a router ID. Okay,
Okay.
or we can also use by router ID the first by using the command. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the way how many there is a multiple ways to configure the router ID into the OSPF. Okay, so
Okay.
OS routing in RIP there is only a single routing table maintained by the routing information protocol. But when we talk about the OSPF is maintaining 3 tables. Okay. So in every tables, neighbor tables means the contains information about connected networks. Okay. So connected networks means directly connected networks. Okay. So these are the routers which is connected into this with the these many routers are, let's suppose this is the router. So this router is a neighbor for this one and this one because both
Yes.
are directly connected, right?
Yes, sir.
This router will not keep as a neighbor table for this routing information, this route for this router addresses. Okay, because for this router or this router both are not directly connected. In middle there is one more routers and multiple routers are there, so we cannot say this both the router are neighbors are only that are directly connected. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Yes, sir.
so in the route, if you check about the OSPF in the neighbor table contains information about the connected neighbors. Okay. Okay, so database table contains information about entire topology. In database, let's suppose this is your college, okay, and this is your home. So from home, there is no 5 path to reach the college. Okay, got it?
Yes.
Let's suppose multiple path is there to reach the college. This is based on, but you know all the path, right? This is a shortest path, this is the second shortest path, third shortest path, fourth shortest path, based on like breaker or you can say the road is not good, and this is an the traffic is more into this path. So you know about all this path and you are choosing best path to reach the college, right?
Yes, sir.
In the same way, a database table, the every router is containing about entire topology Okay, entire topology information. Okay, but it will choose the best path only to reach the destination. When the best is down, it will choose the second best one.
Okay.
Got it? So
Yes,
this is
got it.
about the database topology. In their memory, it will keep all the things. Okay, it in all the available paths. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now if you talk about the routing table means it will also use entire entries with the best path for each destination from the database table or moved into the routing table. So entries with the best path for each destination. It is taking entry from database table to a routing table. Okay, from the database table or moved into the routing table. So the best every this database table knows each and every path about the available path, right? So
Yes.
from here only, it is taking the routing table is taking best path from the database. Okay, database table. Got it?
Yes, got it.
Okay. So this is the the it's a syntax to configure. In configuration mode, global configuration mode, router, OSPF, and process ID. Okay.
Okay.
So router OSPF process ID. So router, this is the command router OSPF process ID. The process ID we can use from 1 to 65,535.
Got it.
Process ID is nothing but AS number only. Okay, autonomous system number.
Okay.
Okay, and the router ID manually we are providing here 1.1.1. When you are not configuring manually, when you are not introducing the router ID, it will choose highest interface ID, highest
Yes.
interface IP,
ID.
or when if you are having a loopback interface, it will choose the router ID for the loopback interface. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, second one, the third line network means let's suppose 192.168.10.0. Okay, then what we are using 255.255.255.0, right? Like this only we are using
Yeah.
one nine. Just a minute.
Yeah.
192.168.10.0, and in RIP we use
Subnet
just
mask.
network ID, not
Yes.
subnet mask. Only network ID we used, right?
Yes. Yes.
But when you talk about the when you are assigning IP into any interface, let's suppose 500 by 1, and you are assigning IP address, okay. So at that time you are assigning 192.168.10.1 and 255.255.255.0, right?
Yes.
So here after network ID we need to assign the wildcard mask or okay wildcard mask. So wildcard mask is nothing but it is a reverse of subnet mask.
Okay. Zero.
255.255.255.0. So instead, whenever we are having a 255, that in place of 255
Zero
you will
dot.
use 0. Okay,
Yes.
and whenever you are having a 0, that will be your 255. So it is a inverse, we can say inverse
Okay.
of subnet mask is called as a wildcard mask.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
instead of providing a subnet mask, we are assigning that wildcard mask. After this, area number, area we need to assign, and area number we need to identify, mention here. Okay, that we will check tomorrow while doing the configuration. Got it? So into this we completed almost about the OSPF. Okay, many
Okay.
more things are there. OSPF is not a a small routing information. Sorry, it's not a dynamic routing, a small dynamic routing protocol. OSPF is the biggest one, but for the CCNA student, we that is enough. Okay, that I will know. I will again explain you tomorrow about the area ID and the other things. Okay, then also we'll do the configuration by tomorrow.